We've arrived in Slovenia and we've just checked in and got pitched up on our campsite, which is Camping Kobarid. No matter where we go, she seems to find cats. Come on then. Oh yeah. We're going to do a thing today called the Kobarid Historical Trail, which is like a 7-kilometre circular route taking in a lot of the sites around the Kobarid area. The first bit of this walk we're going to pick up is the Napoleon Bridge. That's like a viewpoint just outside of our campsite, actually, a 5-minute walk from the campsite, overlooking the Soca River, the blue waters, the mountains directly behind us, which you'll probably just make out now. So I'll show you them views in just a second. So this is the Soca River. Our campsite is just up there to the right hand side, and you've got all these mountains around us, but I don't ever think I've seen water as blue as this, I can honestly say. The next place we're going is a place called the Charnel House, which is a monastery or a church on top of the hill overlooking the village of Kobarid, and it's a memorial. It has the remains of 7,014 Italian soldiers from the First World War buried there. All the way up this path up to the chapel is these little like stone memorials, all saying a different thing, depicting, I'm assuming, things out the Bible and stories, but I'm not sure what the translations are. I'll find that out and I'll let you know that. So this is the Italian chapel, which is the home of the 7,000 resting Italian soldiers. We're walking through this little forest trail now to the next part of the walk. It is the third part, and it is like a little settlement on top of the hills. But yeah, apparently there's been several churches on there over the years, a few houses. Some of it's intact, some of it is ruins, but apparently the views are really good. And then after that, there's some Italian battlements and fortresses within the mountainside, which were used during the First World War, so that should be quite interesting. Just stumbled across this cave. We know there's bears in Slovenia, so I'm a bit reluctant to go in there actually. I think we'll be alright where we are, it being a bit of a tourist hotspot, but I could send deer in first, I suppose, give it a little snack. So we're here at Dreznica, which is an old Iron Age area, and it was used a lot for military sort of planning, with it being on a high vantage point over the areas, seeing all around in the valleys. There's a few buildings still intact, there's a few ruins, but it's definitely going to be worth exploring. These are some of the old city walls behind us. I'm just going to have a little walk along there. You can sort of see it over there, just looking over the mountains. So go see what these views have got to offer. Sort of see why it has been used as like a military area, overlooking all these valleys. You could just about probably see the Soca River down there with the blue, surrounded by the mountains. So it'll give you good viewage for any incoming armies. Made our way to the Soca River viewpoint. We've had a bit of a diversion on the path because some of the areas, the fourth bit to see the Italian war bunkers, are getting renovated, so the path was closed, so I've had about a mile detour. We're just coming up to this suspension bridge now, and from already just through the bushes we can see how blue this water looks. I don't think you'll have ever seen bluer water personally. It's like, if you're going to imagine blue water, this is it. It's like something you'd get in the Maldives or somewhere like that. But yeah, where Leah's going now is this little suspension bridge, which this is one of the tourist hotspots, especially where we are in Kobarid. But yeah, you can see there's a few people in the area, but it's not overly busy considering. I mean, there's a few people sort of waiting to cross at the other side, which may make it a bit trickier. So yeah, this bridge can have a maximum amount of 100 people on it. Leah's already been across and said how wobbly it is, and she's not wrong, to be fair, but I'll just show you kind of the views we're seeing now and what I mean about this blue water. This is in the shady part, and then further down with the sun on it. You've just seen the bridge for the Soca River viewpoint with its blue waters. There was kayakers going down there, so we're going to have a little look at that, see how much it might cost to kayak on them waters. I think you can organise it from our campsite, to be fair. To price it up and have a look. We're just heading now to Slap Kozjak, which is a waterfall. Kozjak, basically. It's about a 10-15 minute walk from where we are, but this is one of the things to see in Slovenia, apparently. Many YouTube channels, any Instagram accounts, if they come to Slovenia, they generally come here, so we're coming as well, like all good tourists do.
Although there isn't that much water, believe it
No,
or not.
apparently not. This is going to definitely prove us wrong now, isn't it?
Yeah, but I reckon it won't be as amazing as what you've probably seen on other videos and other channels and such, but it'll still be amazing to us. But
probably. We'll see. Another thing I wanted to just point out while we're at one is behind me you'll see like all these little cave areas. These was a lot of works what the Italians did during the First World War to get hidden away, so we'll have a little look at one of these. I mean, there might not be a lot in here, but it'd be a perfect place for a bear. Mind you, I think it's a dead end, isn't it, Lee? We're going to have a little look in here. Oh, go on, let's go then. Let's go.
that's a dead end.
Oh, it's become a dead end. Nice while it lasted. There's been at least probably 4 or 5 of them little caves. Leah is somewhere, I haven't killed her in the cave, honest. See, officer, totally innocent. But yeah, there's about 5 of them we've passed already. And there's a few more in the air. There's some higher up in the valleys as well, but we can't get to them because that was the part of the pathway which was diverted. There's Bellamy again there, look behind me. So yeah, we're just getting now to in the actual gorge, which I believe is going to take us up to the viewpoint. So this is the gorge area we're going through. As you'll see, like, it's carved its way through over the years. We're going up this little footbridge, and I believe this is going to take us to the viewpoint. This metal rung, by the way, is there just because it's so steep. It's kind of a bit like a via ferrata to help you up, which is just proof that I need it because I nearly slipped on my ass round in the corner. This is Slap Kozjak, and you'll see the chamber we're in now with all the rock. 15 metres high, this water. You can probably appreciate the echo. But yeah, that's not bad at all. Just get a slightly better idea there of the sort of cavern system we're in. Just veered off the main path for a couple of minutes going up a hill, and we found these World War I bunkers, which was made by the Italians. They had them lined either side of the Soca River, which is just to the side of us, so that they could get any sort of passing enemy coming down the river. Just going into the bunkers now. It said a lot of these are still quite buried. There's only been 2 or 3 of these what have actually been dug out so far. Can we go in?
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. It's like a little bunker system going through. You just sort of see heading this way. I say a lot of them have still been unexcavated, but it just carries on up the mountainside. And today's walk's just coming to an end now. We're on our way back to the campsite. Gonna go get some water, have a bit of a freshen up, and I think we're just gonna go and have a couple of beers in the bar. We haven't got any in the van for a change, so we're limited to the bar. It's the cheapest we've had so far on the campsite though, isn't it? So €2.80 a pint, which is about £2.50, £2.60, so better than the £5 we've been paying.
Cheaper than the mill in Hull.
Yeah, cheaper than the mill in Hull. Anyone who knows Hull, we go in the mill occasionally. This morning we're just off to a little place called Dreznica, where we are heading for a walk now. It's about 3-4 miles away from the campsite, so we're going to have a little look there. Opens up into like a mountain landscape. There's a certain breed of Slovenian goat there which is only found in this area of Slovenia due to its low population since the Second World War. But yeah, we're going to Dreznica. It's 5k from here. If this does seem a bit wobbly, this footage, it's because I'm on my previously broken selfie stick, because my new selfie stick, which I got out about 2 weeks ago, I broke today, so I'm kind of working my way between 2 selfie sticks, both of which are knackered really, so it might be a bit like this. But yeah, we're just looking sort of ahead of us now, and you've got the mountains with a bit of cloud, lot of snow on there still, so it's quite good views. I'll sort of show you quickly around there. But yeah, it's not a bad day. I think there's a bit of rain forecast today, but hopefully we'll miss the majority of it. And the man in the campsite gave us some pamphlets yesterday. Leah loves a good pamphlet, don't you, Leah?
I love a good pamphlet.
She loves a good pamphlet.
A good pamphlet and a good goat, and this has got all the goats.
Yeah, so Leah's happy, which happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
Well, she's not my wife yet.
Let's not pull at them strings.
I got engaged to her 9 years ago, and she still hasn't married me.
Yeah, but my thought process is, you spend a fortune on a wedding, an absolute fortune. Yeah, you can do this for the same price.
Yeah,
probably
true.
Even cheaper than it is to get married. So
well, that's one thing we both agree with, isn't it?
yeah. So what's the point in paying a fortune when you can explore the world?
There you go. You heard that, viewers. I've got no ties. We're just having a little discussion about bears in Slovenia and like if we're going to come across any, or if we maybe there's some like viewing places you can go. Now, whether they're organised tours or whether we can find some bear hides to see. I was just discussing if we came across one, what we'd do, and I suggested climbing up some like rocky mountainside.
And then sacrificing me?
Only if it come to it. Like if it was a case of Leah was like nearly enough in the bear's mouth and it meant me escaping,
It'd be kicking me down.
I'd just give her a little nudge, but I'm certain in that situation Leah would do the same to me.
And this is why I am marrying the lad. He's going to marry me and he's going to steal my insurance.
You aren't insured?
I'll get insured.
We'll get insured first then.
But my tactic for the bear, as I said yesterday, I'm going to run around the tree like this. Not up the tree because the bear. Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's what I mean. How long are you going to keep that up?
Long enough if there's a bear after me. Tell you.
So these are the Dreznica goats we were talking about. The ginger one I don't think is one of them, but the darker ones are definitely Slovenian.
If he identifies as one, he is one. What's happened?
Well, we appear to be lost-ish, but not lost. We know where we are, but we're not where we should be, because we started off in little Kobarid here. You might not see it very well. Started off in Kobarid and was taking this path to Dreznica, but I think we took this one to Masgod, so we are now here instead of here. So we've got to walk down this road back to Dreznica and then make sure we get this one back to Kobarid where we're staying.
Which is the path that we should have gone up initially.
But we followed this route, and every little signpost we've said has said Dreznica. We followed it, and we've seen no other routes to say go the other way. So we followed the route which we believe is to Dreznica, and apparently it's not. So they seem to have either forgot to put the signs there to continue the walk, or we've bypassed one. But I find it hard to believe because they're really obvious bright yellow signs, aren't they?
To be fair though, it's not a bad place to be lost, is it?
Well, you saw some goats anyway, didn't you? So yeah, Leah loves a goat.
I did see some goats. I don't know if it's the correct goats that I'm supposed to have seen.
Goat's a goat, isn't it?
Yeah. Every goat is an individual special goat.
You're a special individual too. If you'd have seen that face, you'd have seen what I meant. This getting lost like's a simple enough fix though. If we just follow this road we're on now, we've left the town of Masgod and we just follow this road down into Dreznica, which a couple of miles. It's not so bad though, this is the main route there now, so once we get that we can pick up where we wanted to initially be, but really confusing how that sounds kind of, we haven't seen any signs and this has happened, so no, well and good, it's not unsafe, it's not like it's a random mountain pass or anything, so we'll all be fine. It's all part of learning, isn't it? All part of the adventure. What you got there? Gob full of food.
A chocolate croissant, and it's a right bonus because I thought it was going to be cherry. I don't think I like the cherry ones, and it's chocolate.
You're a strange human.
I'm your strange human.
I know. We was on about marriage earlier, weren't we? Is it too late to change
Why
my
would you not want to marry, really?
Is it too late to change my mind? We've drifted back onto the subject of bears, and Leah's eating a croissant, so I just said to her, like, that might attract bears round us, or wolves, and if you'd have seen her reaction, she threatened to knock Yogi Bear out.
Leah doesn't share food.
And they said if a bear comes for her biscuits, she's willing to fight him to the death, so...
You don't, I just don't share food.
Little angry human.
I'm a chubby human.
Little
I need to keep myself fed.
Little angry human. So yeah, watch it, Slovenian bears. Leah's coming for you. So finally, the town of Dreznica is in sight. You'll see like the chapel on top of the hill there. Leah's going to take some photos, so I'll put a few of them in because I appreciate it ain't the best view at the moment. But yeah, what place to have a church. So yeah, we're about 15-20 minutes away from there, and then we're going to head slowly back to Kobarid to the site, make a few plans for this sort of coming week. We've just been stood in like a little tourist information point in the town of Dreznica, and a little car pulled up and just asked if it was okay. I think he was sort of offering us a lift down as well, if that was, it seemed to be the case. He seemed really friendly, maybe a serial killer, I don't know, but he seemed really friendly. He was just asking if it was okay, give us a thumbs up, so that was very nice, a bit of Slovenian hospitality, because one thing I have read about is that they're quite, not, what's the word, I'm trying to look for a good word, they're quite reserved, they're not as maybe outgoing as other Western countries, but I suppose that's just part of, I'm a bit like that, I'm quite a reserved lad, believe it or not, so yeah, it's like I don't think they'll strike up conversation with you initially, but once they do, it's fine, and you know, just, I suppose it's just different cultures, isn't it, really? This bridge wobbles side to side and up and down. See Leah's panicking face. Really don't want to go, does he? No. He's just seen a really cute dog who's scared of doing the bridge, so his owners are coaxing him with treats. You just asked, didn't you, why can't you have treats?
I know, I don't understand why Danny doesn't send me across the bridge like that. I love a nibble.
I'm not bouncing it at all.
Are you bouncing?
No? Would I do such a thing? No. Right, our campsite now for the evening, just outside the little town of Soca. The campsite we're on is literally just on the Soca River, where you'll just sort of see behind me the blue waters. Our van is just at the top of this hill here. It was $23.50 a night, which is brilliant for the pair of us. €10 an adult and $3.50 for our little van, which I think is fantastic. If you wanted the option of electricity, it's €4, but this is literally a 2-minute walk from the van, what you're going to see now. So this is the little bridge. You hear Leah moaning about it, but this is the...
I am moaning about it.
Sounds like he was moaning.
Bouncy. I'm just merely...
Don't get that close again, you'll scare the viewers. The valley view with the mountains around, and then the other side of the river, just looking at these snow-capped mountains still, but look at that water, that is absolutely pristine. Do you know what, I might even be tempted to go for a swim in that water. So our campsite is called Soca Campsite, and currently we are heading to the Great Soca Gorge, one of the must-see things in Slovenia again. They said we could probably just see up there, there's a few vans in that direction, which is where the site is, and you're literally just above this beautiful blue river. So we're going to have a walk now. I think it's about a mile or so to get to the actual gorge, and then walking through it, and then we're going to have another little path. Oh, we're going to have we're going to have another little walk back on ourselves the other way to like this valley where there's sort of waterfalls and mountains, I believe. Yeah, that came out wrong, didn't it? You just see sort of come to the beginning of the gorge now. Look at these beautiful waters. This is just, it's like something in the tropics. Well, Leah's absolutely shocked at the colour of this, aren't you, Lee? She's just saying about how good the water is, how blue it is. Never seen a bluer water in your life, have you?
Never. I talk a lot, not as much as him.
Tell me about it.
But I do talk quite a bit, but it's genuinely, it makes you speechless, doesn't it? Yes. I don't actually know how to describe the colour of it.
Blue. Turquoise. The only thing with this path is a lot of it is through like little shrubbery and bushes like this, and the viewpoints aren't all that good because it's such a sheer drop. But I think a bit further up the valley this way, you can actually get to like a bridge and then cross over to the other side and see it. There she is, look, just pushing the limits of safety. One little thing I've noticed with Slovenia is it really humid, like not hot but just humid, you know, sticky, and I don't know if that's to do with the climate or not, but yeah, every day is just like turning us into sticky messes. It's bloody dangerous. So this is what I mean by all the just big drops in this area, just down there where you might see the water, probably a good 30 metres or so up. You'll just go carefully, yeah? Plenty of photo opportunities will present themselves elsewhere. Of course she does.
Oh, fell over.
Always good when your walk starts with an enter at your risk sign. Certainly like that though. They say, to be fair, it's not too bad. You've just got to watch your feet. As you probably see underneath, it's a very rocky sort of surface, but it's not too bad. Mind you, just saying that. When you're as clumsy as me, it could probably be quite dangerous. But yeah, the views here certainly seem to be opening up a bit. I'll just dangle you over the edge in a moment. Quite spectacular scenes. Path's got a little bit more tricky now, just a lot of tree vines and roots, and then there's a drop there into the gorge, but pretty alright so far. This path, it's like being at the seaside. It's all sandy, it's beautiful blue water there. We're just trying to find a way to get down to the actual shoreline now, so we can just sort of take in the nice scenery. Is that alright for you? Mwah. Yeah, it don't get much clearer than that water. What are we doing, Attenborough?
Taking a picture of a butterfly.
A tiny little yellow butterfly down there. Oh, I've seen that before. Is it a butterfly? Are you sure it's not a moth?
I don't know, I might take pictures, but I genuinely don't have a pickle.
Yeah. What'll be a bad little swim spot in summer here? It's a true reflection of it. You can see the fish in there as well. Yeah. Some trout in there somewhere. We're on our way back to the campsite now, and then we're just going to go chill out, have a couple of drinks, and we'll get a shower and just relax the night, and then hopefully tomorrow, all being well, we're going towards Lake Bled, and we're hoping to book 3 nights on the campsite there. What are you doing, Attenborough?
There was a real big ant.
A real big ant?
There was an ant, say about that big. It wasn't
How
that
big?
but small.
So why are you saying it's that big when it's not that big?
Because I'm doing the... Listen, it was like, say the ant was that big, but it was carrying something about like that big.
Oh yeah.
So it was like ant, and then think it was carrying...
Was it a stick?
Oh. I didn't get to see because he interrupted me, didn't he?
Very informative. Thanks. Well, Leah's just so helpfully reminded me that I promised you all that I might have a little dip, or at least dip my toes into this Soca river, and she's made me go take my word up, haven't you?
Absolutely.
So I'm going to...
You will not see anything as hilarious as this man trying to get his feet wet.
I'm only going to get my feet in up to my shins or something, just to say I've had a little dip, because it is, at the end of the day, it's glacial melt in it, so it's going to be freezing cold. But I mean, the site's just there, the van is just literally up there, so at least I can go and warm my feet up as soon as this is done. I'm going to go in the shallow bit too, but in all honesty, it's pretty nice. If it's going to be freezing cold, it's going to be, I mean, that bit down there is a lot deeper than where I'm going just over here, but I'm going to go on this little sandy shoreline. It's like being in the tropics. Forgot about how rocky this bridge is. It goes from side to side as well, and left to right, so there's been about 7 or 8 of these bridges, but yeah, it's there's Leah, look. It does, it's got a hell of a rock on it. I have just had a lovely warm shower, so I'm fully expecting that this is not going to be pleasant in the slightest. But that being said, I'll just show you this. Look at that, that is an actual sandy beach area. So you can't fault that really. And then you say how clear the water is. I've got sand in my flip-flops and I don't like sand in my feet. That's not good. Hang on. Oh, look at that. Joe, you have a really bad idea, and this one behind the camera makes me do it. Right, I'm only going into my ankles. Yeah, but he's going in over there, so I've got to compete. Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh. Just get your feet until there. Show the viewers you're putting your feet in. Cold, yeah? I think I've got frostbite in my toes already. That won't get any warmer in summer, that's bloody freezing. Oh, that's not fun. I'd recommend anyone in the Soca Valley to wait until it's about 30 degrees before you do that, because that ain't good. This beautiful blue little lagoon you see behind me is where we looked earlier at the start of the Soca Gorge. It's a lot deeper here. There was a couple of, you might have just seen one actually, there was a couple of salmon. I think, no, they're not salmon, they're the Soca trout, sorry. I can seriously say I've never ever seen water that colour in my life. Well, we've left the Soca campsite now and we're just travelling over a little pass through the Julian Alps. And we've just stopped off at this little sort of beautiful stop off because we've just drove up the pass and there's been like 30-40 hairpin bends. But once you've got to the top here, these are the views we've been rewarded with, and just look at that. I'd say one thing, what I definitely would say about Slovenia, underrated compared to likes of Italy, Bavaria, the French Alps. This is just, I mean, look at it, quiet. I know we're out of season, but look at this. I mean, we're just in the Soca Valley still, but we're leaving to go to Lake Bled today. But I think Bled, as iconic as it's supposed to be, is going to struggle to match up to what we've got here. Just look at it. It's bloody spectacular. I think if you were going to describe mountains, then this is probably it. The jaggedy peaks, what you expect to see. It looks very much like the Dolomites, but again, like I just said, very underrated. Loving Slovenia so far.
It's all a little bit busy and chaotic at the minute. Annie's just gone to go see about checking in, or if you've got to wait till a certain time, because I'll show you in a sec what it's like out the front. I mean, it's just, we thought we'd be able to get on here, no issues, but it's really busy. Yeah, sort of people wandering around looking as clumsy as us, so it's, yeah. I've jumped in the driver's seat, so fingers crossed we don't have to move, because that'll be interesting, because I haven't driven this van in like about a year, so. And the chaos continues, but on the positive side, I've driven in Europe. It's yeah, Danny's drove us all the way to Slovenia so far, and I've drove us up the campsite road. But Europe is Europe, my friend. Yeah.